This is KVUE News Daybreak.
Right now, crews on the scene after a car crashed into a condo. So what happened and when will this all be cleaned up?
A failed missile test in North Korea. I'm ABC's Janae Norman in Washington with a new warning from the administration coming up.
And a massive manhunt is underway for this man after he walked up to an elderly stranger and killed him. He recorded the entire incident and posted it on Facebook. This morning, where investigators think he may be.
Good Monday morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us for Daybreak at 6 a.m. I'm Brian May.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. And Navid Reyes is following our traffic, but let's get a check on our weather first with Erica Lopez.
Hey guys, good morning. A warm start for the majority of us here across our viewing area. Temperatures in the 60s. What we are seeing are some overcast skies, and it is humid out there. A lot of moisture funneling in. The majority of the heavy rain remains south of our viewing area, but we do still have some light streamer showers popping up into the Mason County, also Gillespie County. Also, we've been monitoring some light rain in their area this morning. This afternoon, that's going to change, calling it a 50% chance of rain shower activity for the majority of your viewing area. I think the biggest concern this afternoon will be for our eastern and central counties. So we'll chat about that throughout today. Also, keeping an eye on your roads this morning. Anna Villegas has the latest.
Thank you, Erica. Well, if you're traveling on I-35 northbound towards the city, this is a live tech stop view at East Riverside. You can see traffic is flowing quite nicely at this hour. And now we will give you your drive times. I-183 southbound, 45 to Mopac, 7-minute commute, 10-minute commute from 45 to I-35. Now, if you're traveling on I-35 northbound, Buda to downtown, the total commute is 14 minutes, 17 minutes, I-35 southbound, Round Rock to downtown. That's it for traffic. Back to you at the desk.
Hannity, thank you. All new overnight, a car plows into a condo after a crash near Lake Austin. Take a look at these pictures. Austin Fire tweeting these out overnight. A look at the Lake House condos off Enfield Road in West Austin near the Hula Hut restaurant there.
KVUE's Corey Coffin joins us now live. And Corey, that car is actually still wedged in the building, right?
Yes, it is. Several hours after this whole thing happened, authorities say they can't move the car just yet because it's actually holding up the building. Take a look here. If they move it, they're afraid that that building will collapse further. And I also want to direct your attention toward the second vehicle here on the scene. It's a little bit more difficult to see. This vehicle is not in the building, but it has been wedged in the fence here right next to. So this whole thing happened just after 11 p.m. Austin Fire Department tells us that a man was driving along Enfield, and instead of turning when it ends right here at Lake Austin, the driver plowed into a parked car and then into the building. Now that parked car also went flying and ended up here near the building. EMS took that man to the hospital, though. Amazingly, no one else was hurt.
The owners here and the residents here had a rude awakening. Very concerned, of course, of the property. We are going to allow them to remain again in the building, the unaffected portion of the building, but the repairs will be extensive.
Now, AFD also tells us they will also have structural engineers out here after daylight. Buck says when they begin towing these cars out of here, that part of the building affected will likely collapse, as we mentioned. They tell us it is just a storage unit, though, which is good. The main portion of the building is still livable. So, as he mentioned, the residents will be able to still remain in there. As for the driver, EMS says they do know that alcohol was involved here. They do not know exactly the extent of how much alcohol. And we also know that speed was a factor. But Austin Police Department will be investigating further, and we hope to have updates throughout the day. We're live here near Lake Austin. I'm Corey Coffin for KVUE News. Guys, back to you.
Corey, thank you. 6:03. Happening today, the family of a man who got shot multiple times by Austin police officers 2 weeks ago will share his side of the story. This is Lawrence Parrish. Right now, he's recovering in a hospital. Back on April 7th, 4 police officers shot him several times after responding to a disturbance call about a man with a gun. At first, police say Parrish shot first, but then later the chief said Parrish never fired a gun, and that dash camera video did not capture the shooting. And now his family is wondering why no cameras show what happened. Officers say once Parrish is well enough to get out of the hospital, he will be taken to jail. His family will speak at the Givens Park Pavilion around 7 this evening.
Now to developments from the Korean Peninsula, where Vice President Mike Pence is in South Korea today. North Korea's show of force over the weekend failed as a medium-range missile blew up upon launch. During his visit, Pence called the test a provocation, as some ask if American hackers disrupted the launch. ABC's Janae Norman reports the United States is considering taking action.
With all eyes on North Korea, a weekend missile launch failed in spectacular fashion. U.S. commanders say a medium-range ballistic missile blew up almost immediately after launch, with the world watching, humiliating the country's leader, Kim Jong-un.
We will meet any use of conventional or nuclear weapons with an overwhelming and effective response.
And new questions over why that launch failed and whether a U.S. cyber attack could have brought the missile down.
I don't think so, but I wouldn't rule it out.
There's a very strong belief that the Americans, through cyber methods, have been successful on several occasions in interrupting these sort of tests and making them fail.
That failed test hasn't eliminated the looming threat of North Korea's 6th nuclear test and new missiles flaunted in a weekend parade.
This problem is coming to a head, and so it's time for us to undertake all actions we can, short of a military option, to try to resolve this peacefully.
But all options are on the table.
The administration warning the U.S. will take action amid concerns the regime is getting closer to being able to reach the continental United States with a missile. If North Korea pulls the trigger, target number 1 could be Osan Air Base, just 48 miles away, where forces say they're prepared.
We are trained day in, day out to be fight tonight ready, as we say it.
U.S. officials are sure Kim Jong-un isn't giving up on a long-range missile with a nuclear warhead capable of reaching the U.S. The administration is leaning on China to flex its muscle in the region to pressure North Korea to abandon its weapons. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Well, a lot of waking up this morning wanting to know more about this story. A lot of people are. Police are still searching for the Cleveland man who shot and killed a stranger and posted the recording of it on Facebook. Now, warning, some of the video that you're about to see is disturbing.
I found somebody about to kill. I'm about to kill this guy right here. The old dude.
Police are searching for this man here, Steve Stevens, who is accused of shooting and killing the elderly man who was a complete stranger to him. He recorded the incident, posted it on Facebook moments later. Stevens claims in the video he's doing this over a woman.
Can you do me a favor? Can you say Joy Lane?
What?
Can you say Joy Lane?
Joy Lane?
Yeah. She's the reason why this is about to happen to you.
Stevens then gets back in his vehicle and drives off. The family of the 74-year-old who was killed is now left to mourn their loss while police search for answers.
I don't know what I'm going to do. It's not real.
Police say Stevens may already have left Ohio. Overnight, his cell phone was pinged near Pennsylvania. Police are asking families there and in New York, Indiana, and Michigan to be on alert. He was last seen in a white Ford Fusion with temporary tags. He is considered armed and dangerous. Authorities say he is claiming to have killed more than a dozen other people as well. However, that claim has not been verified. Back here at home this morning, we know the name of the woman whose body was found in Walder Creek over the weekend. Police say 24-year-old Tia Shane Brooks was found in the creek near 4th Street and I-35 downtown Austin. This was Saturday morning. Homicide detectives are still interviewing witnesses, and they're waiting on autopsy results to determine if she drowned or if she died another way. Police say there is no threat to the public, but if you happen to have any information, you're encouraged to call police.
Leander Independent School District officials now working to educate parents about their kids' mental health. So far this year, 5 students have taken their own life in that district. Today, the district will offer counseling services to families at the Supporting Our Teens in Today's Society event. They'll talk about how students should deal with stress and tips on balancing school and outside activities. LASD officials will also talk about how the district deals with bullying and the risk factors for suicide. If you'd like to attend today's event, it will be at the Cedar Park High School Performing Arts Center beginning at 6:30 this evening.
At the Capitol this week, a showdown over school vouchers. The Senate has indicated it wants to set up a voucher program to let public funding go toward private school education. But that plan was essentially shut down last week by members of the House. Now the House is set to approve a $1.6 billion bill altering how Texas funds its public schools, but it may not survive the Senate. That battle is set for Wednesday right here in Austin.
The Austin Fire Department says the number of vacancies within the department at an all-time high. Over the weekend, 26 cadets graduated from the Austin Fire Academy, but there are still about 130 vacancies within AFD. Firefighters have been clocking a lot of extra hours to make up for those vacancies, some even working 48-hour shifts. Now, the fire department now hiring for the 2017 season. You have until today to submit that application. To learn more about the process, head to our website, KVUE.com.
A live look at Boston this morning. Thousands of runners are there for the 121st Boston Marathon. The race begins just before 8 our time. Yesterday, city officials, survivors, and family members gathered at the finish line to remember those killed in the 2013 marathon bombings. 3 people died. Hundreds of others were injured when 2 bombs went off near the finish line. Now let's take a look at our forecast at 6:10 this Monday morning.
Hey there, guys. Good morning. Kind of a quiet start to our Monday morning. As you're stepping out the door, you're going to feel the humidity, though. A lot of moisture hanging around. That's actually given us some light rain showers for Gillespie County, Southern Mason, and Blanco County. The rest of the viewing area, we're in the clear. It'll be some overcast skies that you're waking up to. So mostly cloudy days expected by this afternoon. A 50% chance of some showers and possible thunderstorms will be in our viewing area. I think the eastern and central counties, that's going to be our main focus, where some of these showers and thunderstorms could be stronger at times. So here's how the day is going to play out hour by hour. Mostly cloudy to start off, but notice the rain shower chances increase. All the cloud coverage will help us stay in the lower 80s, upper 70s for your daytime high. Here's your KVUE photo of the morning. Such an adorable photo captured on Instagram. Hashtag KVUE is how you guys can share your Easter photos with us. Looks like that puppy was having a lot of fun being dressed up as a bunny.
He's a cute bunny.
He's saying, Carrot, where's my candy? Barton Springs Pool back open this morning. The pool unexpectedly closed last week due to rains that led to flooding in the area. The city of Austin closed it as a safety precaution. Police need your help this morning looking for these 2 men. What they're accused of stealing from a southeast Austin home.
And Apple is going from iPhones and MacBooks to self-driving cars, coming up when the tech company plans on testing out the software. Daybreak time, 6:11.